Welcome to the first ever episode of the Purple LitNerd Podcast. I am your host, the amazingly adorkable Rebecca Thistle, podcasting to you live-ish from my kitchen table in my home, which I cleverly call Thistledew. Yay! Anyways, so welcome to the show. Welcome. This is obviously the first episode. So so this is like an introduction to me and to kind of what I want to accomplish with this show. My dog just freaked me out. She's drinking water and I was like, there's an intruder in the house. And I went, oh, she's just drinking water. Okay. Anyways, random aside, you will get used to them. Yes. So, what is this show? What is this show about? What is a lit nerd? Lit nerd is the term that I use, and I really hope that I'm not inadvertently using it the wrong way, for any nerd who likes literature. And, I know that sounds unbelievably boring, and, depending on your perspective, it kind of is. But, lit nerds generally don't think they're boring. None of the ones I know are boring anyways. So, yes. So this show is going to be about literature, and I want to kind of balance out between modern literature and, that, like, everybody's reading and everybody's enjoying, or, what have you, and then, like, classic literature and the kind of stuff that you would find on a syllabus for, an English 101, 102, 201, 202, whatever. I don't know. We had 1301, 1302, and then your 23 whatever skidoo classes when I was doing this. But I'm sort of wanting to limit the classic literature to the stuff that everyone has to read and everyone hates reading. Even lit nerds like me. Okay, so I don't want this to necessarily be a total cheat sheet. I want this to be like Cliff Notes, only not. I want it to be a resource that you can use to supplement your readings. Although I am well aware that there are going to be people who will listen to this rather than read. And I can't judge and I can't fault you because I would have done the same thing. But my intention is for this to supplement the readings. So I will be reading whatever right alongside you. So if there's like a John Steinbeck short story that I'm going to want to unpack in an episode, you best believe that I will have read it alongside everyone else who had to read it, and we're gonna unpack that, and, which I don't know why I use that term, but whatever. We're gonna pick it apart, and hopefully in a fun and adorkable and quirky way, so that you kind of go, I really didn't enjoy reading that, like the actual process of reading it. But I really enjoyed talking about it, or listening to someone talk about it. And hopefully it'll make you go, you know what, maybe boring reading has its payoff. So, yeah, I want this to be a fun, albeit educational show. Because, like MC Lars, my hero, and in an alternate universe, my husband, says, oh my god, I hope he never hears that. Lars, if you're listening, that was a joke, I'm sorry. But he says, education is fresh. It is. Learning is cool. Education is fresh, and learning is cool. And then he goes on to say Edgar Allan Poe is the man, and that is subjective. I love EAP. I don't know about anybody else. But yes, so I want this to be educational, but I want it to be fun, because learning can be fun. Learning can be cool, I think. So, next thing on my invisible list of things to talk about in the introductory episode is, who the hell am I? Who the hell am I? I am, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, were you paying attention? I am the amazingly adorkable Rebecca Thistle. I am Rebecca Thistle. I have purple hair. Hence the purple part of this podcast, right? Purple, I hope to, in time, prove is a symbol. What is a symbol? We'll talk about that later. It is a symbol in my life, and it is a theme, motif, I guess is what it would be. Yeah. So, anyways, we'll talk about those literary terms in another episode. But I am Rebecca Thistle. What qualifies me to do this show? Fucking nothing! Yes. Sometimes I will use cuss words. I'm just gonna give you a warning. I will be cussing probably a lot because I need to. I need to cuss. I'm a single mom, and so a lot of my cussing gets limited down to nonsense syllables and weird things like son of a monkey spank, which makes no sense whatsoever. But this is my safe space. This is where I get to talk, and this is where I get to be me, and this is where I'm going to cuss, because that will make me feel better, and hopefully it'll make it more fun for you. I don't know. Anyways, so what qualifies me? Fucking nothing. I do not have a degree, believe it or not. I'm 6 classes away from a BA in English. No joke. 2 of those classes are English classes. 3 of those classes are psychology classes, because my minor is in psychology. And then one of those classes is ethics, because I was going to a faith affiliated college, and so you have to do 1 credit of some do-goody nonsense like ethics or servant leadership and stuff like that. So I have no degree. I have no undergraduate degree. I have no graduate degree. So what qualifies me to tell you about literature? Fucking nothing. Other than I paid attention. I may not have the piece of paper to back up the shit that I say, but I have the brain, and I have the intellect, and what I cannot talk about, or what I cannot understand or put into words, like this sentence, I know some people who do, and I'm hoping that I can go to these people and bring them on the show and have them explain it, and then we all get to learn, because what did we just say? Learning is cool and education is fresh. Yes. Okay. I'm having fun. I don't know about you. So, but no, I really love discussing literature. I have a hard time reading literature, partially because I am visually impaired, legally blind. The word I prefer to use is blind-ish. So this kind of presents a barrier for actually reading, but thankfully I have found a lot of really cool ways around that. LibriVox, the Gutenberg Project, talking books. Audible is the one thing that seriously, that is the last luxury that I will get rid of in my life, because one audiobook a month Oh, that saves my life every month. I'm not joking. So, so I find ways to hear literature rather than read it. But I still call it reading because maybe I'm not reading with my eyes, but I'm reading with my mind. So, but I love books. I love reading. I love thinking about the things that I read. I love discussing the things that I read. I love analyzing literature. I am a total English major without an actual BA in English, which is kind of sad. Hopefully I'll finish that off, hopefully in the near future, but we'll see. Um, we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is my reality show and it's terrifying, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, so that's who I am. I am a blindish, purple-haired, amazingly adorkable little lit nerd who really likes to read, really paid attention in English class, knows a few English professors who can fill in blanks, and who basically has time to kill and a desire to help other people learn. I was a tutor for 2 years at one of the 2-year colleges here in my hometown. I was a tutor and I edited a lot of papers. I edited a lot of papers and I helped organize a lot of papers. I do not write papers for other people. I write my papers. But when I was at that 2-year college, I never got a grade lower than a B on a paper. No joke. And actually, I think that B got changed to an A. Because I'm weird. I saw the B on the paper and I went, okay, I accept it. And I went to my teacher after class. I said, look, I accept the B. You don't have to change it. But let me tell you exactly why you're wrong about what you said is wrong with this paper. And when I pointed that out, she went, oh, okay. And so I think she went back and changed it, but I don't know. So I'm really good at writing papers. I'm really good at analyzing literature and stuff like that. So I have some creds. All right, give me some props there. I have some credentials that qualify me to pontificate at length about literature, old and new. So next and finally on my list of things to talk about today that is invisible and I'm pretending is next to me on the table is that of what is literature? What do you mean when you say literature? Honestly, I feel like literature is anything that is written down and published. And I know that seems so simple. And I can almost hear a lot of people going, wait, what? Wait. Written down and published. So you mean my Facebook post is literature? Sure. Your tweets, your Facebook posts, your pins, even if you put captions on your Snapchat snaps. There you go. Literature. Written down, published. Excuse me. Written down, published. But for the purposes of this show, let me put it to you simply. Literature is something that is written down, published, and something that I think is literature. But so just before you like freak out or whatever, we will not be reading tweets unless I feel like I want to do a little Q&A or something. We'll not be reading tweets or social media posts or something. I may reference blogs as oh hey I read this on a blog about this short story or this character or whatever.